here's an interesting topic, and I'm interested to hear your guys' take because I feel like I could take a bit of a beating for it. And there's going to be some people in a camp where they're like, yeah, that guy is fucking one way. And then there's going to be people in another camp that are like, oh, that guy's like, I think it's going to be a divided topic. So we were supposed to be leaving uh, tomorrow on a vacation. Kelly and I, it was all planned flights. We were hotel booked. We were going to Dominican to spend some time with some friends of ours. But then it snowed a lot. And this week, there's a lot of opportunity for our company to move snow. It will probably be the busiest week for trucks of our entire year. And it's a very important to keep our customers happy. And I felt like leaving one of our staff in charge of this, I have done no training or taught them anything about how to deal with this situation. And I felt like I wasn't setting them up for success if I was on a tuna boat getting attacked by a tuna.
He may not even come back from that,
Well,
So,
yeah.
Mangled, mauled.
So
maimed.
Me.
Kelly and I shut down our vacation and decided to stay home because we felt it was more important that we're here during this time period than going on vacation. So we made a clear choice together to do that. So there's going to be people who are like, fuck yeah, Paver King's on the grind, man. That guy grinds no matter what. He stopped his vacation to move snow. That guy's like my hero. And then there's going to be people on the other side who are going to be like, that guy doesn't have a work-life balance. He's an idiot. He should have gone on his vacation and said, fuck it. Who gives a shit about moving snow? You can make money another day when you come back. When actually you can't because the snow is fucking melting right now as we talk. So where are you guys in this camp? Do you think I made the right call or do you think I made a mistake? I'm just asking what you guys think. Either
Yeah,
way.
you absolutely made the right call. Like, there's no question in my mind that you can go. It's not like you can't go on vacation ever again. You can go in a month's time or in 2 weeks' time, right? Like you can still do all these things. Maybe you can go on a better vacation because now you have X number of dollars in your pocket
From moving the snow.
from moving the snow, right? Like it's not, you didn't call off the vacation forever. You just put
Yes. So we did,
work.
to be fair, we did reschedule the vacation.
There you go. So you couldn't ask for more than that, right?
Yeah. But I know
And
there's going to be some pundits who say, I don't know how to manage my work-life balance.
there's also someone who told me he would have used jizz to put to glue the cope cap down instead of
Well, I
the amount of glue that I
I,
did. It's always going to be someone, right?
I have
Uh,
an interest. So what's your opinion, Mike?
I agree. I would have done the same thing in my situation, and I think that there's no yeah, there's always going to be people to tell you either or but ultimately it's your life, it's your call. Like, why even really care about what other people are going to say? Because there's going to be people on both sides of that decision, right?
Oh yeah, I
so
wasn't.
No, I know I'm not saying
Yeah,
that you aren't, but
yeah.
I
I
think some people would kind of look to what other people say in that situation and try to make a decision based on that, or make a decision and then be like embarrassed for the other side, right? That came
yeah.
against them.
I
like
I think that one of the things that led to this decision is, was it a good decision for us? Yes, I think. But I also think that when we really, because we had some deep like when this all first happened and it started snowing, I called Kelly and said, hey, we need to have a conversation about this, but not in this moment. You go and think about it, and I'm going to think about it. Then we'll come back together and we'll talk about it. I don't want to have an immediate reaction conversation. Um, and then we talked about it. But one of the things I felt like to me is it fair if we go on vacation when it's like literally one of the most important weeks of the year for the company? Is that fair to the people who work on our team who trust us to lead them properly? for us not to be there, and potentially for the company to lose tons of revenue and them to lose hours, and maybe to put them in bad positions and not set them up for success. And there was a lot of it. It was about us but it was also about the team and where we were putting them. Because I think when people are working on your team, you do have some responsibility to try and lead them forward to having the life that they want. And if I wasn't here this week, I don't think we would have been doing that.
No, you made absolutely the right call. Like, I'm an avid vacationer, right? Like, I like to take my trips in the winter, but I would have called it off too. Like, I wouldn't have put the guys in that position where they have to deal with this on their own because I'm going to lay in the sun for a week,
Or get
especially
eaten
if
by a
it's
tuna.
or eaten by a tuna, yeah, but not eating the tuna
because of the name tuna.
because of the name tuna. No, think of all the overcooked steak you can eat now that the work is done and it's been billed.
Yeah. All the
Yeah,
overcooked
you can take
steak.
them all out for a nice, well done steak dinner.
What if we fried tuna to the point of it being completely charcoal? Would you eat that? It's
Maybe.
burnt. It's very well done.
Does tuna burn though? I thought it just dried out.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you cook anything long enough, I'm sure it burns.
Yeah.
Cook it and it will burn.
Okay.
So getting back to
But-
Chad's, I had an interesting meeting this week.
Uh-oh.
So I was having a meeting with a gentleman about some potential business that we would do together. And we were sitting having a coffee discussing this business. And in the middle of the conversation, he says, are you at the point in your life where you can't sleep all night because you have to piss frequently? And this is where, there's some podcasts that consider themselves unfiltered, and then there's actual unfiltered podcasts. So this conversation is not for everybody. Putting it out there right now. And this is in our not our worst hour, right? So yeah. So
yeah.
I said, it's starting to happen to me. I can see that freight train coming at 50 years old. Like, I see it coming. There's lots of nights I got to get up, relieve myself. I don't sleep through the whole night. So the freight train is coming into the station or whatever, right? And he says, oh, when it does happen, there's this pill that they can give you and it will help you sleep through the night. And I'm like, oh, great. And this whole time I'm thinking, this is so far off base for our business conversation. Because this isn't a personal friend. This is someone I'm doing business with. Like, this is a purely business meeting. This isn't a friend of mine that I've known for years. This is a purely 100% business meeting, and we're discussing relieving ourselves at night as older men. Now, he's significantly older than me, but he says, this medication works fantastic. It absolutely, and so request it when this happens to you. It's called Mellotone or Mellow Down or something. I don't know. Goes, but it has some strange side effects.
Wow.
I'm like, okay. Are we going to talk about business? But no, we went down the level of the strange side effects. So one of the strange side effects that came up at the meeting, the business meeting, person I don't know, is that although this stops you from pissing at night, it also stops you from ejaculating.
At night or all the time?
All the time.
Okay.
And it's like, so, I'm on this medication. It stops you from ejaculating. And I'm like, wow, this meeting has a lot of information that I was not counting on having. And I feel like there's going to be someone who says, you're making this story up. And I would say to that person, I don't think I could.
I'm just thinking of not being able to glue my caps down properly.
That was my first thought.
Well, maybe if you're on this medication, you can't do your shit. But he did proceed to say that his wife enjoys the medication.
So
It's less messy.
it's,
This happened to me at a business, and I was sitting there going, I don't know how to react. I don't know what
Yeah.
to say. And I'm a man of many words
I
who
feel
likes
like
to hear my own voice.
I would have given a high five at that point, just for lack of not being able to say anything.
And then we promptly moved on to the business at hand.
Oh, so that was
And we
before the business was even discussed.
way
It's like
before
the
we
first
said
thing.
first thing, boom, broke right into it. I can't piss at night. I don't ejaculate anymore. My wife enjoys it.
It's a good way to break the
That was-
ice.
Ice broken. Let's get on with this son of a bitch.
See, my wife would enjoy it because I wouldn't be getting out of bed to pee
Right.
and waking her up. That would be the enjoyment that she would get out of that.
Well, you're young though. That freight train can't hit hard for you yet.
No,
Or maybe
No.
it does.
no,
This
no.
is getting off the topic. This is
Yeah.
really starting down it. So that happened to me at a business meeting this week, and I thought that was, for lack of a better term, unique.
Yeah,
A unique
I've never had a
situation.
business meeting like that.
Hmm.
That's for sure. So,
That is high on my list of strange business meetings.
and I
I've
know
had a
this
few.
guy. Is that?
No,
Oh,
no one
I
knows.
thought you said.
He's not
you
an
knew.
industry person. He's
Oh.
a guy I was
Does he
discussing.
listen to the podcast?
No. He has a Android phone from Walmart.
Ah,
Pretty confident he does not. Well, I guess Android phones from Walmart people could listen to the podcast. One time I ran a poll. Would you hire someone with an Android phone?
I think most of my workers have Android phones.
really?
Yeah.
I do know a contractor that doesn't hire people with Android phones. If you don't have an Apple phone, he doesn't hire you because it fucks up his group chats.
Ah,
I'll get my workers to finish a job or something. I say, great, send me pictures. And it looks like they were taken through a fucking cheese grater or something. Because they
Potato
have
can.
they have these shitty phones with shitty cameras or something. So yeah, okay, it looks great.
Android phones do fuck up your group chats.
Yeah. I have a group chat with the guys and some of them will respond to the chat and others won't. So I didn't know if they got the message or something.
Some of it responds personally between you and
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
How's the group chats at your company, Mike?
oh, they're great. Everybody responds.
Everybody responds.
Does everyone have an iPhone? Did you have this Android phone problem?
I've never had this Android phone problem in the past with employees. Everyone's had iPhones.
You've never employed someone with an Android?
No.
And then all these
Yeah.
Android people will always say to me, well, just message me on WhatsApp. Like I want to go to some other
Yeah.
fucking app. Like
yeah.
I have a WhatsApp. It's mostly filled with people trying to sell me
Yeah.
cheap stone products
Oh,
from
yeah?
China that were mined with Chad's excavators before
Maybe
they were repainted and shipped as brand new.
we should sell them right out of your yard. I'm sure there's more
Sure.
use for them in Toronto than there is here.
I'll run an ad for them.
Yeah,
Brand
you
new
want
excavators.
to take a commission on
No,
them?
I don't need to. I just like the whole thing. I think it's fun.
Do you
I
like
like the-
selling stuff? You like all these random ask questions on
No,
Facebook
no.
Marketplace and
I just like the
Kijiji?
idea. No, I just like the. I started selling old goalie equipment out of my garage because I'm trying to clean up my garage.
Times are tough at paper kids.
Well, I was like legitimately just. There's a lot of it in my garage. Like there's probably 25 sets of goalie pads.
Holy shit! Is it a warehouse? How big is your garage?
There's a lot of there's pictures of my garage is floor to ceiling goalie equipment.
Wow.
Gloves, blockers, catchers, pads, skates, upper body equipment. There's my stuff, my son's stuff. Like it's just, and my daughter wants to roller skate in the garage because it has a smooth concrete floor. But in order to do that, I need to get rid of all this shit that I never touched that I don't. That's some of them are pads I bought and never wore. Some of them are pads that I wore. It's all, anyways. So I was trying to sell it on Kijiji, and I don't enjoy
No, it's awful.
like I'm selling like a pair of pro return pads, but they're about 10 years old, but they're custom made pro return pads. And I wanted like $100 for them. Like these were like $1,500 goalie pads back in. And like the amount of messages I get from people that are like, "Hey man, can you sell those cheaper?" And I'm like, "No." And then someone will be
Yeah.
like, "I'll pay you for what you want, but I need you to send 50 pictures." No,
Yeah, no,
yeah, I'm not doing that. So
no.
those pads are still. I did sell. No, I did
Can you
sell
deliver? Oh,
most of the equipment that was for like my son's old equipment. It's all sold and gone. Because people are serious about that because it's for their kids.
Yeah.
And I sold it off. I didn't want to give it like so. I sold it off cheap because it was going to other kids that need equipment. So I was like, whatever. Like I sold a set of a blocker catcher and pads for like $100. That's probably like five. Anyways, because it's going to kids, so I didn't care. But
Yeah.
those people don't fuck around. But these adults who are buying this stuff, I'm like, I'm looking at it. It's all piled in my garage now, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take this stuff. It's like a truck, like a dump trailer full of goalie equipment. I'm gonna take it all to the local Play It Again Sports and be like, here, give me $50 for all of it.
Yeah. And then just dump it in their front door.
And then just dump it in the front door, take my $50 and feel good about myself and leave.
Yeah.
Would any of these pads fit me?
What size are you?
I don't even know anymore.
How tall are you?
I am 5'11".
Yeah, so probably like maybe 34 plus 2. I have a few sets of 34 plus 2s.
What brand?
Bauer, Reebok,
Nice.
CCM.
Is there still this whole fiasco where the referee will come out and measure your pads to make sure they're not wider than the
11
standard?
inches.
Yeah, whatever it is. I remember that was a giant fiasco whenever I was a kid, and my favorite goalie had pads that were too wide or something like that, and he got made fun of and all this stuff, and
Yes.
Anyway.
So all the equipment in the NHL now is before you're allowed to wear it in the NHL, it has to be sent to Kay Whitmore, and then he initials it. And that means he's measured that he initials it with like an indelible pen. And so that means when the refs check equipment, they just check for the initials.
The equipment guru.
He is the equipment guru. Yeah. Mike, I probably have equipment that fits you. I have a garage full of it. Upper body. I have ultra rare upper body equipment that is totally meaningless to anyone unless you're a goalie that Garth Snow wore when he played in the NHL with big, huge, high shoulders on it. It's a Heaton 4 upper. Anyways, it's super rare.
Yeah.
I have a mint condition one in my garage.
Is that when you go into the butterfly, like the shoulder raises up?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I have that. I have a lot of like stuff that's only valuable to goalies who know about it. That's like very few of us. So.
Do you still play often?
I play every Sunday.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I haven't played the last couple of weeks because my hip is really sore, but I usually play every Sunday. I used to play 3 times a week before the pandemic. I live in a lot of pain, and then all the pain kind of went away, and you start to wonder why you were doing it and living in pain. So then I played started playing once a week this year. But yeah, that's my experience selling stuff, Chad. So I don't really want to sell your.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't want to sell them, and they're mine to sell. But
one time I was selling trailers for my old boss on Kijiji, and like this guy was like, it was like $1,200 for this tag along float, and it was rough. Legitimately, it was a rough trailer, but it was like $1,200. Like, and the guy was trying to like negotiate, and then he said he was going to buy it for $1,200, and he drove home to Orangeville to get his truck to tow it, which is like an hour, 2 hours away. Drove back to the yard, and then was trying to negotiate more. And I was like, "Yeah, dude, it's $1,200." And he's like, "Well, I'm not paying more than $800 for it." And I said, "Well, for $800, I'll drive it across the street to the scrapyard and crush it right in front of you." Like, I don't give a shit. It doesn't even belong to me. And he said, Well, but I only want to pay $800. I said, you have more invested in this between driving back and forth than I do. And I ended up locking the gate and leaving. And the guy, I said, okay, fuck you, dude. Drive back to Orangeville without the trailer.
Yeah, exactly what I would do.
And he did. He drove back to guess. Well, I guess he went home. I don't really know what he did, but
I
he
wonder
didn't.
what's going through his mind, like on his second drive there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this guy down to $800. Mind you, I just spent $200 on fuel to get here twice,
Exactly.
right? Like, I don't know.
Stupid. It's total stupidity. Like, it
I don't
probably
haggle with people.
uh if I'm buying stuff online, which I have bought a lot of goalie equipment in the past, uh I only message people who I would pay what they're asking for the item.
Yeah, yeah. I
Because I don't want to negotiate with people too. I agree with you.
yeah. I don't think it's worth the time to negotiate. I mean, maybe in some sense it is. Maybe if I were spending 100 and some grand on something, but I don't love to buy a lot of used stuff anyway. Like when I bought the hook lift truck, I just gave the guy, I think I gave him what he was asking for it. Mind you, it wasn't too expensive anyway. But
So if I'm looking online at any kind of equipment or I look at trucks a lot. I just I look at the truck and I'm like, would I pay if I wouldn't pay for that truck what they're asking for that truck? I don't go and look at it
yeah,
because I don't want to get there if the guy's asking 175,000 for the truck, but I know I think it's only worth 150. I'm not going to drive all the way to look at it and then try to negotiate 25 grand.
yeah,
So if I wouldn't pay what you're asking for the truck and I don't think it's fair, I wouldn't fucking
yeah. Not gonna waste their time.
I wouldn't even go look at it. What's the
Yeah,
point
no,
to
agree
me?
on that. But some people love it, right? Some people make a game out of it, and they
Yes.
drive from Orangeville and trying to get you down $400 or something, and then walk away with nothing when the gate's locked.
On a rusted out
So,
junky float, like it has fenders held together with there. So you know how like if the fenders are have a hole through them, they won't certify them.
yeah.
So we used to like scrape it clean below and then put tape on it to
Oh
fill
yeah.
the hole and then paint it on top and then send it to get certified. So when you look at it, there was tape there, and then they would certify the trailer.
Yeah. I think that's a year 1 through 3 business essential tip right there.
Our little dump trailer, the fenders were rotten on it this year. Not super rotten, but they had a hole in them, one of them. So we cut pieces of wood and bolted it to the fender and then painted it.
Wow.
So the dump trailer has like custom wood fenders.
Wood fenders on your
Well, they're still there, and it's all going to have to get replaced no matter what we do. So we got a couple more years out of it before we had to replace it.
and then you'll go sell it to the
No,
guy from Orangeville.
that dump trailer has it's not even it's like 3.5 ton dump trailer, but it has some. When I had my first business, the last thing I bought was this dump trailer, and then I sold it to uh, my partner when I left the business to live in the parking lot. And when I restarted this business, I bought it back from him because he still had it.
Hmm.
So the dump trailer was mine in 2010 or 2000. It was I think I bought it in 2009, but it was 2010 or whatever. It was like 2009, 2010. I bought the dump trailer and then I lost the dump trailer and then I lived in a parking lot. And then 10 years later, I bought the same dump trailer back. So
How
I probably never sell it because it has like an emotion. I have an emotional attachment to it.
I feel like that was a
Sentimental.
big part of your life, that dump trailer. It occupies a
Um,
lot of space in your
I guess
history.
it occupies some space. Yeah, it does.
I had a shovel like that, but you had a whole trailer that that
Well,
occupied space.
it just was an opportunity when I restarted the business. I was like, I mean, I know as much as the next guy that I need a dump trailer, unless you're Mike.
Yeah. Gets
Just
everything delivered.
get that bin guy.
Did you
Cream it
find a
dog.
new bin guy? Like you said your bin guy put the kibosh on you.
Oh no. So they're holding on to a few bins. So I guess I'm hoping I'm one of those clients that still stick with bins, but I do have another bin company I'm going to start to use as well. So I'll have like 3 kind of going.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, do the other bin companies know you're cheating on them?
Do they know? Yeah, actually, yeah. I have a bin company that I go to first, and then if they're busy, then I go to the next one, and they know that. And then but the second bin company doesn't know that I go to the first one first.
Does the
They do
third bin
now.
company know that you go to the other two?
No.
Do you
I
ever
haven't
have?
used the third bin company, so I don't even know what their service is like. I'm hoping they've got the PK standard. I'm hoping I can get in on the PK Prime subscription model.
Sometimes we've dropped bins off when someone else's bins are already there.
Ooh.
Did you
Oh,
ever get
so
asked to move someone else's bin?
Yeah, Cody told them to shove it. I've never been asked. Someone asked Cody to do it, but they were already on the bad side of Cody, which is pretty hard to do. I'm gonna be honest. You gotta be a real asshole to get on the bad side of Cody. And she told them they could shove it up their ass. She wasn't moving someone else's bin. Because it hooked at 36. And if it hooks at
Oh,
36, I think it would fuck up. Like it wouldn't sit on, like, I don't know. She
you
just said,
could
I'm not moving
drag
that.
it,
Oh yeah, you could just pick it up and hook
roll
it
it.
and drag it down the road, or I don't know
Yeah,
what they wanted to do with it, but she had enough of them.
yeah.
She actually put our bin down, and they gave her such a hard time. She picked it back up and said "fuck you" and drove away with the bin and didn't leave a bin for them.
wow.
That's how.
Where can
Those
I
people.
find that driver? That's the driver that fits my company well.
It's
Like that's the company culture we have.
gotta be
So,
lucky, man. We're lucky to have all the like all our staff. We're lucky to have all of them. I
so
feel lucky that,
yeah, they seem like pretty
but
great people.
they. So that's. But dropping a bin when someone else's bin is already there, it could be a bit awkward.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't like. I guess I don't. Do you ever have multiple companies dropping bins at the same time, Mike? Are
No.
you a single bin? You don't. You're not running a swinger party in the driveway of bin. You're not donning the upside down pineapple and ordering multiple bins at once. Is that what
That
you're
does not
saying?
happen. Not on my job site.
You one bin only.
Yeah,
That's the key.
I guess so. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
key.
Well, there you go. You're the kind of customer that Paper King wants. Loyal, dedicated. Two guys.
Even though I've got others in my list that I go to if the Paper King is full.
Everyone has to do what's best for their business.
Uh,
You don't fill your basement with Ferraris doing business with your friends.
do you ever have to?
That's guru shit right there.
I
Yeah.
like that one. Yeah. How do you get a Ferrari in your basement?
When I worked at Perm, sorry, one of the other reps' clients had a house where you would drive in and the elevator would take the Ferraris down to the basement.
This is a landscape contractor?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
And they started using some other products, and he made a comment to me. I thought we were friends, and I said, "You don't fill your basement with Ferraris doing business with your friends."
That's deep.
I,
Don't let
I think
Caleb
that
hear
that
that. That's value.
I think that rings true. I think that guy, Caleb, and someone can listen to this and tell him that I'm saying this about him. I
He'll
think he's just
listen. He'll listen.
I think he's just blowing a lot of hot air. Spreading rumors and false propaganda of my value never comes through, never does anything. He just starts the rumor and then pitters off into the corner. I think that he's full of hot air. That's all I'm
Corner.
saying. I think he just
Uh,
one time on a job site, I was really angry at a site super, and it was like we were like getting in a heated discussion, and I screamed at him as loud as I could, like the whole site heard, "Go stand in the corner and think about what you've done." And I guess I yelled it in such a the guy went to the corner and stood there.
the corner of
I
the
was like,
job site? Like,
oh, like the corner of the house. Like I was like,
oh,
"Go stand in the corner and like there's a and think about what you've done." And the guy went over there, and I was like, "Wow, that was effective." I got thrown off that site right afterwards. I had to leave.
They told you to stand in the corner.
No, they said, "Get the fuck off the site. You're banned." I was like, "Okay."
wow.
Oh
So I
man.
left. I left the site.
I
Anyways,
signed all the guys up for a plethora of safety courses today. We're gonna have like a safety week. We got to do our heights training. Everybody gets a first aid. They get sensitivity training. They get, oh, you name it. But
is this how you're trying to deal with the lunchbox situation?
no, I don't. I don't think you can teach a 65-year-old anything that's gonna stick. So he's not included. Like he's only part-time, right? So
Yeah, fuck him. He can die on his own part time.
well,
He
no.
doesn't deserve safety. You're part time. No safety for you, bro.
He's had 65 years to get safety training. You're not teaching him anything new now.
Most
And
accidents happen with people that are young workers or people who are aged workers. So
Ooh.
just put it out there.
yeah, that's true.
Chad's saying that he's lived 64 years. He hasn't died on the job yet. So
Yeah, he
that's his
hasn't died
safety
yet.
training.
He was having heart problems and he wouldn't go to the doctor. He just said he had chest pains and he needed a day off or something and he refused to go. I'm like, go to the doctor. He's like, no, no. I'm like, go to the fucking doctor. And he would refuse to go to the doctor. So maybe he already had a heart attack. Who knows? But
Such a positive.
well, what more can I do for the
Nothing.
guy? I can't drive him there. This guy once dropped a storm sewer on his hand. Have I
Oh
mentioned
my
that
God.
before?
No.
He was working, for some reason, the storm sewer lid was up. And these things aren't light, right? What do you say, 150 pounds?
They're pretty
No,
heavy. Yeah.
100 pounds, maybe.
I don't know. They're pretty heavy, man. They're
Anyway,
solid iron.
he
Yeah.
dropped one on his hand. He had to go to the hospital for that. But anyway, he's tough, I guess. Like only these old guys are.
Yeah. Yeah. He's old guy tough.
Old guy tough.
He should be the hook truck driver.
Yeah, he's also the one who flipped the excavator. Don't forget that.
Mm.
So,
I was looking at my hook truck's rims because you've made such a big deal out of it, and we also have aluminum rims, but ours have fancy chrome spikes on them.
see, they're even more fancy than mine.
You don't have chrome spikes.
How come you didn't get dragged for putting nice rims on your old truck?
Because I don't think that I made a point of telling everyone that I did it.
My own fault for going after attention, I suppose.
You open the door. This is how you get a viral video with 2.2 million followers. 2.2 million.
2.9 million views.
2.9 million.
Isn't that what I said? 2.7 or 2.9?
Wow.
That's
Doesn't
insane.
matter. Yeah.
What's your most viral video, Mike?
Oh man, maybe like 300,000, up to like 300,000 now. That's about it. Nothing in the millions.
2.9 million here.
And this just took off one day.
It just took off one day. I have a 66.9 thousand. That's the one of the pool surround I'm stomping in the mud.
Yeah.
That's my only other close one. Not that it matters. 11,000 for a spinning tilt rotator.
Oh, well, that's a tilt rotator, so it deserves a lot of views.
That deserves a lot of views. Yeah, nothing other than that. Not that it even matters to begin with.
My most viral ones are on TikTok. But
I tried TikTok. I can't.
I hate TikTok too.
I just can't. Maybe we're old. We're just not picking that up.
Let's see.
Every time I go on there, PK's tagged me in a video, so that's like the only notification that I get.
I'm looking. Oh, so one of my video that went viral recently is the one where the guy's saying, "Just do the math on the beer." You guys have seen that?
Oh yeah.
He's like, I had a 6. Well, who's the government to tell me that I can't drink? Fucking blah, 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 do the math. That one's the most recent one that went sort of viral.
He's related to you, isn't he? That guy?
Yeah. Oh, there's one of me riding in a boat where it says I'm headed to a different job after a private account with no followers told me I don't know what I'm doing. We should make a video of Chad doing that. After people told me I use too much glue. That one has 16,000 views. Some of these are just not in. Anyways,
Oh,
I have
Do you get
one
many
go.
comments on those videos that
Which
go
one?
viral on TikTok?
Do I?
Yeah.
So they did the one where we were the one where we're filling the shoot has 25 comments, 13,000 likes, and 1.1 million views. And it's mostly, oh, here's some in weird languages. The operator with his boots tied. Then there's a Chinese comment. Then there's a lot of different comments on this that are in languages I don't understand. And then there's a comment where, because the guy filling the shoot has like, I think like a pair of pit viper glasses and a mohawk. And someone commented and said, you know, that guy's just as annoying as hell to work with.
My goodness.
There's someone criticizing the guy for not putting enough in the wheelbarrow. Oh, and then there's one that says, I'm surprised you don't have the pins on, because they're worried about they're worried about the safety. And then the other viral one I have on TikTok is this weird side dumping trailer that dumps armor stone on the ground from a side dump.
Oh yeah.
It's super weird. And it's a Drain Brothers trailer. And I knew when I made this video that a lot of people would watch it. And then people were like, that's the stupidest way to deliver armor stone, blah, blah. And I was like, what?
I delivered armor stone to a place called Upper Canada Village, and they were going to use it for foundation repair or something like that.
Weird.
Yeah, it was a really weird application, but I told them, I said, I can deliver this in my 5-ton truck, but if it breaks when it comes out of the truck, you still have to, like, you're not getting a discount or anything like that, right? Because I was just going to dump it out of the back of the truck. And they said, well, what if we don't want it broken? I said, well, then I can bring an excavator and pick it out of the back gently. And they didn't want to pay extra for that. But then we brought it in just the truck, and then it, of course, like 3 pieces shattered as it came out of the back of the dump truck. And I said, oh, well, pay your bill. See you later.
You're already
Apparently,
a landscape supply yard.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how I actually I sold probably a truckload of armor stone this year just out of the yard,
See?
which, yeah, some
Like
old
that
Chinese
armor
guy
stone was
asked.
already sitting in the yard, or was
Yeah,
that from
yeah.
previous jobs?
No, we keep a truckload at the yard just
Oh, okay.
because I've mentioned before how I give
Give it
away
away.
free armor stone for some reason. People think it's the
The
greatest thing.
Oprah of armor
Yeah,
stone.
yeah. But
I give away free armor stone.
everybody wants a piece. They just think it's the greatest thing. You can't give away field stone, but armor stone, they're all about that. So we have a
Fieldstone's
giant pile.
becoming more popular.
You think so?
Yeah.
Fieldstone?
But a
Is
few people
Fieldstone the new
comment
armor
like it.
stone?
I think people like it because it's generally free.
Yeah. But
I had
it's
someone call me and be like, if you have to get rid of Fieldstone, you can bring it to my yard. And I was like, okay. Like,
yeah.
but I'm not, but they're like, we're not paying you anything for it. I'm like, so what? Like, you want me to go to a field, put stone in my truck, and then drive it here and dump it and then not get paid? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, that's not happening. So
I don't need to get
that
rid of it
seems like
that bad.
I I have some, stuff I do that's questionable business models, but driving around picking up Fieldstone and delivering it for free, that's even beyond my business model of, yeah. Oh. All right, I have to go move snow, guys.
All right.
Go make that money.
Okay, this is the end of the second hour or hour and 45 minutes or whatever it is of the podcast.